Hey everybody, Manny Talavera here, and we're now on day 13 of the 17-day course creation challenge with Manny, Stacy, and Emily. And in this video, what I'm going to do, we're going to do just a little bit of review, and we're going to talk about uh, your plan moving forward a little bit, and give you some more insights about this. And we've talked about this some, but I just can't overemphasize, rate selling for more money and things like that. And so this is the thing. If you've got a goal to make $1 million, it's going to be very, very difficult to do that at a $500 price point because you need 2,000 sales, and it's going to take forever to get to 2,000 sales organically. What you're going to need to do in order to get to the $1 million, you're going to need to run ads, right? So you can sell and you can make money organically, but if you want to scale the business to very high numbers, you about have to be running ads. It's the only way to get there. And you cannot run ads to a $500 product. Now there are some things that you can do here. First thing you can do is you can just raise your price to $1,000 or $2,000, and you can sell at that price point and not change anything. So you've got a course, it's $500, now it's 2,000, 1,000 or 2,000, and now you're going to actually be able to run ads profitably to sell that product. The other thing that you can do is you can take the $500 offer and you can add to it in some way. So instead of it being a course, it's going to be a course in coaching, and instead of being 500, it's going to be 2,500 or $5,000. But what I want you to think about is you got to decide how much complexity you want to this. And I can tell you that 500 $500 is 2,000 sales. That's very complex. Um, 200 sales at $5,000 is much less complex. And like I said, what we see a lot of people talk about when one of these blows up, when one of them takes off and they start getting a lot of sales very, very fast, is it's very exciting for about the first week or so. And then it just basically turns into a bit of a nightmare because they have all of the issues with tickets and people complaining and people asking random questions. And what it amounts to is people at that $500 and $1,000 price point, even, they need a lot of hand holding. And people aren't ready for that. They're not ready for that because they haven't built the infrastructure out. So you got one person and they create something and it blows up. Now they got to hire VAs and PAs, and they got to start building all of that out. The great thing is, if you're at a higher price point, 5,000 or 7,500 or 10 grand, those buyers tend to be a lot more sophisticated. They aren't a pain, and it's less complex to actually build that thing. And so, like I said, what you got to decide is you got to decide what you want it to look like, what you want to do. And like I said, not telling you all what to charge here. And this is the thing. Your first product might not be a 2,000 or 2,500 or $5,000 product. It might be your third or fourth product where you start, getting up there in the price range and things like that. But I just want you to think about what you want this thing to look like. And so what I want you to do in Dare 13, I want you to make a video and I want you to post it in the CCC group and the collaboration group. And I want you to tell us, what is your 7-figure path? What is your offer? What is your price? And how many of those do you need to sell in order to get to the $1 million? So post those and we will see you all tomorrow, and thanks a lot.